So today, we are going to talk about surrendering that thing so that God can give you something better. Do y'all remember being young and having like this security blanket or having a teddy bear or just some type of plushie or something that you used to have and it kept you comfortable, right? And for some people, it could have been sucking their thumb, whatever it is, so that you can comfort yourself. We get to an age, and this is spiritually, so I'm speaking metaphorically, but also physically, where we don't need that thing anymore. You've outgrown it. There was a point that you needed that until God prepared you and God aged you, you needed that thing. God is like, it's okay. I'll let him or her have that for now until I build them up. And until they have some spiritual growth, because they just don't know better. A lot of times in the spirit, we're holding on to things and we're holding on to people because they're our little security blanket. They're like our teddy bear. They're our emotional support. And this whole lesson in life is about solitude and sovereignty, and knowing that you could do all of that on your own, that you have that emotional comfort within you, that you have that security within you, and you don't need an external source to remind you of that or to give you that. Because sometimes we feel like, oh God, I need this. That's what we're doing. And I feel like whatever this situation is with some people, you're literally playing tug of war with God, with somebody. God is like, I came here to take this person. And you're just like, no, but I need them. They keep me sane and they love me. And I know we have our times where we fight and we argue and it's bad, but I need this person because on the good days, it's really, really good. And something just hit my spirit, and some people are like, I don't like sleeping alone. There are a lot of people who don't like sleeping alone. And God is like, you're going to bed with somebody, not necessarily you despise, but that you know you've outgrown. You have outgrown this person, this habit, this thing, whatever it is. You've outgrown it. You don't need it anymore. But I'm going to tell you something. When you play tug of war with God, you're going to always end up falling on your behind, baby. And it is going to hurt like hell. You're going to fall on your behind, okay? And I wanted to give this message because sometimes we are in relationships, right? And we want to hold on to somebody because one thing we can definitely pinpoint is that good feeling that they make us feel. But we don't understand the feeling of codependency. We don't understand when God can absolutely send you somebody that makes you feel that way, but also makes you feel good about yourself. That also is not going to disrespect you. That also is going to show you what real love is. That is also going to help you grow and not keep you back from the things that God has for you, because everything that we desire, it comes in growth. We're not ready and already prepared for the things that we pray for. It comes with growth, because if we were already ready for it, we would already have it. The thing is though, a lot of people that we're tied to are a part of, we got to let them go. They're a part of that growth. They're a part of the death that we have to do when we go through spiritual awakenings and we're going through constant deaths and rebirths. They're a part of the deaths. And a lot of y'all have been hindering your spiritual growth because you won't let go of that emotional support and that security blanket. But when you really think about it, there is no security with this person. A lot of this stuff is fantasized. A lot of this stuff is hope. I'm going to give you guys a perfect example. As a girl who used to wait for her daddy, I used to wait for my daddy by the window. My daddy said he was coming. I'm waiting. I'm just like, okay, I'm gonna wait for my daddy. And my older sister used to be so funny. Now I look at it like so funny, but she was just really cruel back then. And she used to be like, girl, your daddy not coming. Your daddy, he never come. And it hurts. It broke my heart. She used to make me cry every time she said that, but she was telling me the absolute truth. And it was hard because in my adulthood, being 29 years old, is when I finally decided to stop looking for my daddy to be better and to stop looking for my daddy to show up for me. Literally, just like last year, I was talking to my daddy and I accepted him for what he was, when God was like, you know, you can father yourself better than that. You can father yourself better than that. Some of y'all can be better partners to yourself than the person who you are with. And especially if you have those daddy issues, if you got some daddy trauma, where you've been waiting, or even mamas where you didn't have your mother in your life and you were waiting for your mom to show up or change. That's why you're that way with that person. That's why you can't let go of that person. But I'm going to tell y'all two different things. Hope and faith are two totally different things. Two totally different things. Faith is when the belief is so strong, it moves your bones and it gets you moving. When you have faith that you know, like, not that I know you're going to change. I have faith that I deserve better. I can let you go because I know that. But that hope is going to keep you hindered and in places when God is trying to transcend you and God is trying to move you into this new season and into this new area of your life. We got to let go of hope, because hope only gonna get you so far. I feel like hope is faith without the action, because we speak on faith and people say faith without works is dead. So that means it's not faith. If faith without works is dead, there is no faith if you're not working. Some of y'all know y'all deserve a better partner, but you're not moving on that. You're not moving on that truth or that knowing. You're hoping that this person change. And I'm here to tell you, God said, give them to me. And I've done it before too. We tend to play tug of war. We want to play tug of war with God. And we like, God, no, but I want to keep them this season because they helped me through the toughest time of my life. When the only reason why you went through that is because those people were with you. That was a lesson. And I think the hardest thing sometimes is to ask yourself, what is this person here to teach me? Not how is this person here to love me? Because a lot of people are not sent to love you, baby. They're sent to teach you how to love yourself. Some people will disrespect you so bad and try to make you feel so bad about yourself that the lesson in that is feeling good about yourself and knowing that you deserve better. But it's time to surrender that thing to God. It's time to surrender the teddy bears in your life. It's time to surrender the pacifiers in your life. It's time to surrender the security blankets in your life. It's time to surrender. God is saying, but if you only knew, if you give me this, I will give you something better. And I want you to try to imagine better for yourself. And a lot of times when we try to imagine our life, when we begin to manifest, we imagine that person there with us in these seasons. And God is like, little do they know that this person cannot go. In order for you to have those things, you're going to have a different insight. You're going to have a different type of love for yourself in order for you to require those things. And it's not just about requiring those things. The love for yourself is going to be so strong that you're also going to know that you deserve better than that person. So it's not so much about what you will have in this season. It's about the person that you will be in this season. God is saying, all you see are the cars, the clothes, the outfits, the business, the house. That's all you see. You're not paying attention to the person that you are, though. And what you've learned and how you've grown. You have so much. This person that I'm seeing, you have so much emotional intelligence. You have so much emotional maturity. You have so much, just you're better all the way around. And God is like, that version of you would never put up with this. That version of you would never settle for this. It's time to stop settling. And a lot of people, I think the biggest thing is some people just really don't want to be alone. I was watching this show where this man did his partner really, really wrong. And the partner's dad was like, you gonna put up with that? Like, I seen how he tricked you. You gonna put up with that? And the guy's uncle was like, I get what he's saying, but do you want to be alone for the rest of your life? And I was like, what? Yeah, I'd rather be alone than put up with that. And sometimes people would not rather be alone, but God is like, you're not going to be alone for long. Let me get this thing off of your hands because you don't need it anymore. Find the lesson in this, surrender, and release this thing to me, and watch what I do for you. You are stopping yourself from having the life that you want because you want to hold on to a teddy bear, a pacifier, and a security blanket. You've outgrown these things and you've outgrown those people. It's time to surrender them, and it's time to let God do what God does best. Okay? And I promise you, your life will begin, the life you pray for, will begin to unfold right before your eyes.